am an eternal optimist. So please, God, don't tell me that you're an eternal pessimist.
I like to say I'm a realist.
Oh, it's great. We're going to get along great. This is going to be great.
This is Inside Wisconsin Sports with Trevor and Josh.
He dunked that like a dirt hoop.
Giannis just absolutely in takeover mode here. Still spinning. Bucks, they were down a dozen. Come back and limit the Knicks to 40 points in the second half. Milwaukee improves to 3-1.
Have a night, Giannis. Enough of that New York Knicks talk. Junk. Forget it. This is my city, he said. And then he said something else after that, and we're not really sure. We'll try to figure it out. What's up, Wisconsin? Good morning. Welcome in Inside Wisconsin Sports on your radio and statewide on the Wisconsin Sports Radio Network. My name is Trevor Thomas. He is Josh Albrecht.
Hi.
Hi. We are live from the Wisconsin Sports Radio Network studios, powered by the Potawatomi Sportsbook. This show 100% dedicated to the people, the stories, and the statriotism. That's a zealous patriotism for Wisconsin. If it doesn't have to do with Wisconsin sports, or if we can't circle it to Wisconsin sports, we're not going to talk about it. Unless you really want us to, then we will probably. I mean, I'll just give in. We'll do whatever you want.
All right, fine.
Fine. Hey, make sure to follow us on Twitter, Trevor Thomas IW, at On Air Josh, at Inside Wis Sports, and the network at WI Sports Radio. You can watch us live on YouTube and now on Twitter/X as well. It's all at WI Sports Radio. YouTube.com/at WI Sports Radio. Twitter at WI Sports Radio. Or you can just go to YouTube and type in Inside Wisconsin Sports, and there we will pop up.
Yep. No excuse to not see us anymore. We are there.
Yeah, you have options.
That's
a lot
right.
of options.
That's right.
Options on the radio, options online, options to see our mug.
Yes.
Yeah.
Which, let's talk about your mug this morning.
My mug has a different background.
Yeah. Yeah. What are you using? Like some type of Zoom background there? A nice little.
Yeah. Welcome to my apartment. No, it's
okay.
a hotel room. It's a hotel room. I am on the road this morning. I came down to Monroe, Wisconsin late last night. Obviously, majority of you hopefully know I do a podcast called the Inside Wisconsin Podcast, myself and John Anderson from ESPN. And within that podcast, we have a podcast within the podcast. It's called Deeper Roots with Blaine's Farm and Fleet. We travel the state of Wisconsin and look for stories in our communities to tell about deep-rooted families or deep-rooted fairy tales or deep, kind of like what's the thing up in Rhinelander, the Hodag, like that, kind of like that.
Yeah, I love Hodag country.
And so I am in Monroe, Wisconsin, exactly 3 hours from where I live in Northeast Wisconsin. Thank you to the American. My apologies to who is ever next door going, what is going on over there with that loud dude?
Whoever's listening to you right now against their will can also see what you look like if they just go to our YouTube or our Twitter account.
I said to you before we got on the air, this is what it's like, huh? When, we all try to sleep in if we're here on a weekend or a Saturday morning, or let's just say we're on vacation. But a lot of times hotels like this have construction workers in them. I ran downstairs at 5 a.m. to see if I could get a bowl of Raisin Bran and a coffee, and there's bright yellow shirts all over the place. And so those dudes and women are up doing their deal, and they're out, and they're not bothering us. Although when the doors slam in the hallway at 6 or 5, and you're trying to sleep in, that doesn't work. Ha! My turn.
There you
go.
Now
I'm the loud guy.
Hey, are you going to go to Buggy Works Restaurant and Pub later?
Where's that?
In Monroe, Wisconsin. Maybe.
No, I'm going to Baumgartner's today.
Oh.
Baumgartner's is where I'm headed. But, I mean, I'll write that down. Text that to me.
You could also go to Payne's Family Coffee House.
Are we on the Google over there?
You bet I am.
Okay.
I was like, okay, I know nothing about Monroe, Wisconsin. I'm going to check this
Never
out.
been here before. Can't wait to see what it looks like. Drove into the dark last night, but excited for the day and also grateful for technology that allows the exact same way that I hook up to this radio station every single day, just mobilely.
Yeah. Yeah, it's a beautiful thing. As long as it works. Knock on wood.
The Nicolay Law fan talking text line can be a beautiful thing. And so if you'd like to raise us up and build up our day together, go ahead. 414-677-1250. 414-677-1250. So the Bucks are on fire. Last night, Fiserv Forum, Bucks 121, Knicks 111. It wasn't looking that way in the first half, though, Josh, and this is kind of fun. I chose on the way down last night the World Series, and we're going to talk about this in the morning mind dump. So I have that game kind of in my rear view, and you have the Bucks game. Giannis had a night, and was that a, you know what, New York, I don't want you type of performance?
I think it was a Giannis type of performance. What I really liked was the team around him. Rollins having a career night was amazing and needed, and that was kind of one of the big things that I'm excited about with this team. Is forever the conversation was, well, Giannis needs, someone else. Giannis needs a Dame. Giannis just needs a team. Giannis just needs a team around him. And Giannis said before the start of the season, remember that audio, we're going to be dangerous. And he could point to all of the things that he loved about this team that was put around him. And then Giannis was just doing Giannis things. And I love when Giannis does Giannis things in primetime in a national televised game, which that game, Tirico, if you didn't get enough of him on Sunday night, you get a little bit of Tirico calling the Bucks game with it being on NBC and Peacock. And that is just awesome because I feel like more than, and man, we talk small market anytime there's, national stuff on Milwaukee, but the conversation around the Bucks nationally is, and unfortunately will probably always be, where is Giannis going next? And that's it. And so to have Giannis not only prove, hey, this is what the nation is missing when they're not watching Bucks games, they're missing this, but then to have him mouth and have everyone see him saying, this is my city, and then whatever else, which we'll get to.
There are conflicting reports about what happened after that. We'll get to that.
But to have him do that was huge.
The defense showed up in the NBA last night, which is fun to see.
Yeah, in the second half, at least for the Bucks.
The Knicks scored 45 points alone in the second quarter, and then only 40 points total in the second half. So what flipped? Well, how can an NBA team allow 45 in one quarter and then 40 in an entire half? Did the Knicks go cold, or did the Bucks actually go, all right, we should probably play some defense?
Yes.
Both.
I think the answer is
helpful.
Yes. And I think the other thing that you, more than any other sport, when you see in the NBA, and there's just a ton of runs to where a team can go on a 12-0 run and then completely fall apart. And it's not like the NFL to where if you're up 10 to 14 points on your opponent, you're going, well, this one might be over. Or if you're up 4 to 5 runs in a baseball game to where you're going, all right, I can have it on, but I don't know that I need to focus as much anymore. Can't really do that in the NBA because that score can change real quick, which we saw last night for the Bucks, thankfully.
Giannis was a problem last night for the Knicks, and Jalen Brunson was a bit of a problem for the Bucks.
Yeah, I mean, he's good. He's good. He played really well, too.
36 in total. Comparison, Giannis 37, 8 rebounds, 7 assists. I heard on SportsCenter this morning that was either the third or fourth game in a row where he went plus 35 points, plus 5 rebounds, and plus 5 assists. That's a complete player, is what is called in the game, a complete player. Super happy that he is here. We'll hear from him later. He had a little bit to say afterwards about all the distractions that go into being an NBA superstar in a small market. I mean, that's the best way to put it, Josh. He had some thoughts on, there's a lot around me, a lot. This isn't the only thing I do, y'all. And so I'm just going to let what I do on the court, let's let that be my voice.
Yeah. How much do you love, or why? I guess I shouldn't assume and I know you were watching the World Series, and I have questions coming up next. Mike Tirico doing NBA basketball. I wasn't sure how I was going to feel about it. I'm so used to him doing NFL. I liked it. I liked Mike Tirico doing play-by-play for the NBA. I enjoyed it. I enjoyed it the last time that I was watching him do a game, and I think I can just say, I'm just a Mike Tirico fan.
He's talented. He's very, very good at his job. And he's also very good at interviews. You mentioned to me this morning that the second piece of Sitting Down with Michael Jordan came out.
Yeah.
Yeah. I thought you liked me. Next time, send me that stuff.
Okay, I'm sorry.
You know how big of a Jordan fan I am.
Yes, that's true. I should have. Here's the thing. I am a little frustrated with the Michael Jordan thing.
Why?
Well, because the first time that they did it, I don't know that I knew fully what it was going to be or what I was expecting. And now I'm like, okay, so was this just they did like an hour-long sit down with him and they said, great, you asked him 23 questions. We can take one of those questions per time and split that up. And now it's just like something to where, like, if this was a Netflix show, I just wouldn't watch it and then binge the entire thing. Like, I could just watch the entire hour interview and then be done with it.
Sure.
It's essentially that, apparently, is what it's going to be. I kind of would have liked to have gotten an update from Jordan as the season went along on it, but doesn't seem like that's how they're doing it.
Yeah, I don't think Jordan is just allowing himself to sit down and have a chat once a week. Like, hey, bud, this is what the cost of this is going to be. I'm going to sit down and we're going to have a conversation, but it's going to be one time. Use it however you want.
Yeah, it kind of stinks.
I could listen to him talk all day.
Exactly.
I want to go back and watch that documentary, that 10-piece documentary, The Last Dance.
The Last Dance, yeah. Oh my gosh. That was during COVID when that came out. It was the thing you had to watch, the thing you had to be paying attention to. There was no sports going on. We were watching that like it was homework.
That and Tiger King.
Yeah, and Tiger.
You didn't watch.
Yeah, those were the two things. Remember Tiger King? Woof.
Hey, if you didn't watch the World Series last night, you missed a game too. And I thought it was very fascinating. The storyline was around the 18-inning Crazy Town game the night before. And then a normal game, hopefully the day of, but it was like 12 hours removed. And John Smoltz was doing a great job of explaining this pregame. He said, if you're coming into a World Series game and pitching, that's the only thing you've done probably for the last 5 days. Instead, Shohei Ohtani's coming in last night off an 18-inning game marathon the night before where he reached base 9 times. And he's like, I don't know how this is going to go. Nobody's ever done this before where they play an 18-inning game and then they're expected to take the mound the next day. So he was a little tired, it appeared. He was not himself on the mound, and the Blue Jays win 6-2 to tie the series now at 2 games apiece.
Is that true? Do you feel that way, that he was really not himself? Because
yeah,
it seemed like he was still, annoyingly good Ohtani. He just gave up a 2-run shot to Vlad Guerrero Jr., who is a stud and has been hitting really well like he does in the postseason. It's
not that he wasn't on fire. It's that I don't think they could count on him as long as they potentially wanted to in that game. And so I believe he only pitched 6+, meaning he started the 7th and then was out. And then,
man, that's
just like the Brewers should have done, but got into the bullpen.
That's crazy. If they are disappointed in the fact that Ohtani, after just playing in a game for 18 innings, only went 6.5. Like,
right.
I'm sorry. What? That's come on. I don't buy that.
Yeah,
you'd be satisfied.
I don't know if they're necessarily disappointed, but it was something to put a pin on anyway.
I'll tell you what I was disappointed in with that World Series game was how that game was a bounce back game for the Blue Jays. The Blue Jays dominated that game, and it was still about the Dodgers and Ohtani.
Yeah, shocker.
Even the highlight, which we'll play later, of Vlad Guerrero hitting that home run, the analysis is that's the first time Ohtani's missed all night. And, he's not going to get it back. I'm just like, of course, right. We can't even celebrate, what Vlad did. We got to talk about Ohtani.
So 100% chance it's going back to Toronto later in the week. Game 5 today. So this kind of beats up the little home field advantage argument we had about how the series is listed out 2-3-2. They split in Toronto. They've currently split in LA. Now, coming back to Toronto is home field advantage. Now it is.
Yeah, I still don't think it swerves our argument of it not necessarily being an advantage for the number 1 seed to start with home field advantage, because they had to go into LA down and going, okay, now we have to win one. We have to win one here to take the series home. The same way that the away team got to say, we have to get one before we go home. So it's just put that pressure back on the Blue Jays to have to win in LA. I don't necessarily think that it gets rid of the argument. It forced their hand and they answered.
This is a good argument, though, for what we called earlier 2-2-1-1-1.
Right.
And after last night, take today off, get back to Toronto, play a game there. If you need another game, in this case, they likely will, because it just seems to be that type of series going to 7.
Mm-hmm. Oh,
then
God,
you
kind of hope so.
Take a day off, go back to LA. I mean, that doesn't seem terrible. Now, there was a bit of a problem with the Dodgers apparently leaving Canada. Did you see this? Customs wasn't exactly helping them get back into the country as quickly as they could.
Oh, that's a shame.
Leave it to Canada to go, hey, what you doing? Why don't you sit over here? We're going to want to talk to each and every one of you to make sure that, you're good and tired and annoyed before you head back for game.
Yeah, good.
3, 4, 5.
Good. I like that. Don't tell them how to fan. Don't tell their TSA how to fan.
All I can see is TSA Mounties. Oh, we're going to need to check that backpack, bud.
Yeah.
We're going to want to sit over here for a little bit.
You know what? Run that one a few more times through the scanner. Still not positive that one's good to go.
Packers fans, make sure to join us tomorrow. You won't want to miss it. It is literally this time tomorrow morning. We'll be talking with the Green Bay Packers general manager, Brian Gutekunst. He joins us here on Inside Wisconsin Sports with Trevor and Josh at 6:15 a.m. from the Wisconsin Sports Radio Network studios. I can't wait to talk to Goody.
It's going to be great.
And what's weird is, per the conversation yesterday, we may have more questions about how the Major League Baseball fundage is working than we do Packers. So just curious to get his thoughts on that anyway.
Well, listen, and that's what you said. This isn't going to be we need to talk to you, Goody, about, specific transactions you made and blah, blah, blah. Like, I just have questions for him as a guy that makes a lot of decisions for the Packers. What would he do in these situations? Tell me about you. Let me learn about this guy that I only know as all right, here's 7 microphones in my face and I give professional 8-word answers and then move on.
I said to him recently when I saw him last that my favorite moment between him and Mark Murphy was during his intro press conference where Brian said, I really wanted to be in Green Bay. Because remember, he was down in Texas having an interview and out to dinner, I believe, with the owner of the Houston Texans to see if he was going to be able to take that GM job. When he got back and had the press conference, Brian said, I really wanted to be in Green Bay. And Mark Murphy looked at him and goes, well, that's not what your agent said.
Oh, really?
Negotiating for the win.
Yeah.
Loved it. That was live on his.
That was an inside thought, Mark. That was supposed to stay.
Well, if Mark Murphy wouldn't be Mark Murphy if he left all of his thoughts on the inside.
That's very true.
Very grateful that he didn't do that.
Yeah.
All right, we're rolling on live from the Wisconsin Sports Radio Network studios, powered by the Potawatomi Sportsbook. I Have Questions is next. We do it every day. Get your questions in now on the Nicolay Law Fan Talk and Text line. 414-677-1250. What did you see that maybe is just kind of like, that doesn't add up? If you watch the Bucks game, you may have a feeling in regards to how I feel about the NBA and what in the world is going on with the whistles in a particular play that was not called. Somewhere, Aaron Rodgers is like, is anybody calling anything anymore? This is Inside Wisconsin Sports with Trevor and Josh. Stay here. What's up, Wisconsin? Welcome back inside Wisconsin Sports with Trevor and Josh, live from the Wisconsin Sports Radio Network studios, powered by the Potawatomi Sportsbook. Follow us on Twitter at Trevor Thomas IW, at On Air Josh, at Inside Wis Sports, and now live on Twitter on the network Twitter page at WI Sports Radio. You can watch us live on YouTube as well, youtube.com/@ WI Sports Radio, or just search Inside Wisconsin Sports. It's about 6:25. Josh, I have questions.
When things just don't add up, Trevor and Josh ask the hard questions or just point out how messed up stuff is.
I only have one question.
Can you fly this plane and land it?
Surely you can't be serious.
Do you view this season as a failure?
You asked me the same question last year.
What's the most important question the Badgers have to answer Saturday?
This is a great question. Oh my God, this is a great question.
It's time for I Have Questions on Inside Wisconsin Sports with Trevor and Josh.
What did you see yesterday that just didn't add up to you, and you need to get it out in terms of a question? That's what this is all about. The Nicolay Law Fan Talk and text line 414-677-1250. There were some things yesterday, Josh, that made me ponder some other questions I have in regards to other sports. But let's start last night in the Bucs game. I understand that the NFL has struggled over the years with what's a catch, right? Or it may be more today, what's roughing the passer penalty? Like, what can you do to a quarterback? What can't you do to a quarterback?
I think both are valid. I think we saw that in the Packers game on Sunday night. Twice it was, is that a catch? Nope. No, that's not a catch. Okay.
Or in the NFL, when do they get a free play on encroachment and when don't they? Or, I mean, there's just a lot of that stuff. Major League Baseball. They're going to the system next year where the pitcher, the catcher, or the batter at any point in their at-bat can tap their head and challenge a pitch. Mm-hmm. So what's a strike? What's a ball? What's an umpire? Do we know what a check swing is yet in Major League Baseball?
No, I don't think so.
There you go. Right. So here's my question, and it comes along with a little audio from the Bucs broadcast last night. Josh, what is traveling? What's traveling? Here's what they had to say.
Well, Giannis and his ability to take those long steps, to gather with the ball.
Watch that. That's just one dribble right there.
Gather.
Whoa. Oh, my goodness.
Wow. Man, come on.
Okay.
Yeah, we could have played till we're 50. If we get that runway, Jamal.
That was.
Wait, I need to see that again. Can we count those steps again? Come on, man. I got to see that gather again. It's the point of the gather, right? You get two hands on, under, or otherwise to gain control.
Here it is. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. He split sports. He went to soccer.
So Giannis took a few steps,
didn't it?
Yeah, Giannis definitely took a few steps. Listen, I feel like in the NBA, we've been complaining about what is a travel forever. I mean, it's not like this was the first. It doesn't matter what game. It's just traveling in general. And I love that Trico's like, well, it's about the gather. It's about, because that's like a term that we're sitting here going, the hell does that mean? What is that? You know, it's the same as you got to make a football move after you catch the ball. Then for it to be a catch, you know, he had possession, but he didn't make a football move. And so that is an incomplete. Well, what is that? What is a football? And so it's kind of the same thing, but I feel like sometimes you just know, right? If everyone is in agreement and watches something happen and go, well, that clearly wasn't what was supposed to happen, then it's a travel. It's not a catch. It's, you know, in this case, a travel.
In this case, I blame the internet, because if you watch that back in slow motion, it looks horrendous. All the cameras, all the angles. I mean, it literally looks like he picked the ball up just over half court and walked all the way to the rim. But watch that in real time. It still looks ridiculous, but not nearly as bad as it does in slow motion.
No, absolutely not. And that's the thing about players like Giannis, too. you don't understand. Giannis, when he has momentum, can cover half of a basketball court in 4 to 5 steps. I mean, I've seen highlights of the man running to where, like, from half court, he takes 3 steps and then is slamming the ball home. So I absolutely agree with you. In real time, I get it. But yeah, when you're an NBA ref, that can't be the case. You got to see that and be like, come on, man, that's a travel. Yeah. Yeah.
Or do they and just go, whatever? Like,
but that's worse. That's what I'm saying. That's worse. We can't have the people that are officiating the game in any professional sport have a, well, I don't know, I guess mental. That's me. That's what I would do as a lazy person. That is I'm not gonna. Then I gotta blow my whistle. We gotta start all over. Just screw it.
Josh, do you have questions this morning?
Well, I do. And my question was, if you watched the Bucks game last night, or if you didn't, this whole poll that we put up of NBA ? 70%, remember? 70% said no.
Remember.
Now here's the Bucks on prime time, right? No excuse for, I don't have it. I couldn't watch. I mean, it was on NBC. It's no
excuses.
Yeah, no excuses. Did you choose that over the World Series? Did you choose that over Game 4 between Los Angeles and Canada? Or not? That's my question.
So I did not.
No, you didn't.
I chose the baseball.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I chose the baseball. I liked the baseball more. That, and I knew that you were going to be watching the Bucks, and I thought one of us should probably watch the baseball, and I knew that you weren't going to.
Correct. Because I was way too frustrated yesterday. Yep.
Yeah. So I chose the baseball, and I watched the pregame. I mean, I was in the car for 3 hours on the way down here yesterday. I had a lot of time to have some things on in the background and drive through. Oh, my God, construction in Wisconsin. What are we doing? Why?
Well, it's construction season.
It is until it snows, and then the rest of the time,
winter. Yep.
Construction season. Yeah. There's a lot going on with our roadways right now. Listen to me. I feel like a far northern Wisconsin. Would you stop with all the construction?
Yeah, construction
I got the
everywhere.
Thing everywhere. God, I'm getting old.
Hey, we have Mike on the YouTube commenting in this morning. Remember, you can also reach us there as well. He says, I didn't watch either. I chose hockey over both of those. Wild that hockey is the way you went. Now, I do believe that like every single hockey team in the NHL was playing last night. But yeah, I mean, that's like, I'm assuming Mike is a hockey fan. Like if you're choosing hockey over either a Wisconsin sport or a finals of a professional sport, you're just a hockey fan, and that's different. Mike, you might be alone there in choosing hockey. You might be the only one.
There was a lot of hockey to choose from. There was only 2 games on the sports equinox in the NHL. Thank God there was, though. Otherwise, it wouldn't have been a sports equinox.
It wouldn't. The
Nicolay Law fan talking text line, that's open too. 414-677-1250. 414-677-1250. Some people up in Adam with us this morning. The 608 texted in and said, hey, I'm from Monroe. Baumgartner's is a great place.
Oh, there you go.
I'm going to find out. I'm headed there right after we get off the air. The 262 says, if you can't beat them, join them. When will the Brunson to Milwaukee rumors start?
Oh, that's funny. That's funny.
Awesome would that be?
Yeah, can you imagine if that was the headlines that were going to be on ESPN and the rest of the Talking Head shows this morning?
Right.
Yeah.
PBR in the 920. Trevor, make sure you go to the Potosi Brewery, oldest brewery in Wisconsin. Good tour and tap house. I don't think you understand how far away I am from home. Me and brewery tours, I go right back to this hotel.
Yeah, it'd be one more night in Monroe.
Yeah, which is bad because we got to talk to Goody in the morning. Ziggy has a good point here. He says, so like they said 10 years ago, the Eurostep is a fancy term for legalized traveling.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, I remember I didn't really know about the Eurostep. Like Giannis was the one that introduced me to it. And I still couldn't tell you exactly how it all works with it. But so I'm kind of with you there, Ziggy. This is a legal move. None of you really understand it. It looks a lot like traveling, but it's not. I also don't think that specific play where he took 6 steps there. I didn't see a Euro step, and
No.
I don't know.
I just saw the step.
I just saw
all the steps.
I just saw 6 steps taken. Yeah.
No Euro steps, no American. They were just American steps.
They're not
Totally
showing
American
that.
steps.
They're not showing that clip when they're teaching basketball to kids. They're not showing that as here's how you do it.
The 920 says baseball. Sorry, Josh.
Okay. It was a question. It was a question.
I think it's different because it's the World Series. If it would have been, well, not that it would have been something different because that's that time of year. It's different because it's the World Series, Josh. I understand. The Bucks got a lot of time to play.
Yeah, it's just this was prime time.
So here's a question from the 920. It says, my question is, why was most of the upper level at Fiserv Forum empty last night?
What was it? Was it that were? I'm assuming 912. Maybe you were at the game and you saw it. I don't know. If I had to try to come up with excuses, I would say a Tuesday night. Might be one of them. Maybe that it wasn't like a Friday night game or something like that. But yeah, that's a good question. It shouldn't be. It absolutely shouldn't be.
The 920 says all Bucks, no baseball. All right. I mean,
there you go. There's a little bit.
I like it. One more from the Nicolay Law Fan Talking text line, 414-677-1250, the 262. Here we go. It's unfortunate that Trevor is taking a superstar like Giannis for granted and not watching him.
Oh, this is a perfect tie-in to my morning mind dump coming up at the top of the 7 o'clock hour. But I will give you the moment right now if you feel the need to defend yourself.
I don't.
Okay.
I don't. It's the World Series. I'm not apologetic for not watching one Bucks basketball game last night when the World Series is on. And I like baseball. It is what it is. It's okay. I'll watch a lot of Bucks. I just chose not to last night.
Yeah.
Why? Highlights are good. I got caught up real quick this morning.
Mm-hmm.
And then through conversation with Josh, after knowing he watched it and doing a little research, I'm up to speed. Giannis, good at basketball. Bucks, comeback win. Knicks didn't score in the second half. Final score, W Bucks. Did I miss anything?
I mean, that's what happened.
Pretty much it.
You can be more descriptive in your answers, but that is correct. Everything you said was correct.
I'm not wrong.
You're not wrong.
Up next, the most electrifying sound of the day, and that involves Giannis, but it's not for a travel this time. We'll explain, because it's what he said yet didn't say yet kind of said it.
Well said.
It's pretty fun. The Inside Wisconsin Sports program with Trevor and Josh is live from the Wisconsin Sports Radio Network studios, powered by the Potawatomi Sportsbook. Stay here. The most electrifying sound of the day is next. I like the Bucks. Just leave me alone. What's up, Wisconsin? Welcome back. Live from the Wisconsin Sports Radio Network studios, powered by the Potawatomi Sportsbook. This is Inside Wisconsin Sports with Trevor and Josh. We're live on YouTube, youtube.com/@WI Sports Radio. You can just search Inside Wisconsin Sports or head to Twitter. Type in @WI Sports Radio. That's the Wisconsin Sports Radio Network page. We are live there as well. Trevor Thomas, Josh Albrecht.
Hi.
A message stream that is flying with everybody chiming in about how much I apparently hate the Bucks. We'll get to that in a second. But first, it's the most electrifying sound of the day.
It's time for
The most electrifying
sound of the day.
The most electrifying
On Inside Wisconsin Sports with Trevor and Josh. Brought to you by Best Electric. Learn more at bestelect.com. Don't stress. Connect with the best.
Season practice. Giannis says no. Back the other way, Trent. Giannis inside. At both ends.
And that Giannis block and dunk is the most electrifying sound of the day, brought to you by our friends at Best Electric. Remember, no job is too big or too small for Best Electric. Don't stress, connect with the best. Call them today or visit bestelect.com. Now, there's a reason why, specifically, Trevor, that highlight was the most electrifying sound, and it was because of what came from that highlight. What you didn't hear after Giannis's dunk was what he said on the court, which was, "This is my city," pointing to his jersey.
Big pointing, a lot of pointing.
Followed by something else. You saw the clip. I saw the clip. The internet has differing opinions. I think he says, "I don't F with New York." That's what I think he says.
And I thought he said, "I'm not going to New York," or something along the lines of staying here and so on. So good news. We're just two guys, and we're speaking to the entire state of Wisconsin right now. So why don't we ask them? The Nicolay Law Fan Talk and Text Line, 414-677-1250. 414-677-1250. What do you think Giannis said? Did you see the clip? If not, go look it up and let us know what you think. He's running back down the court or walking.
Mm-hmm.
He's having a moment, which I love.
Oh, yeah.
When Giannis does that. And he's pointing at his chest, "This is my city." And then he definitely references something about New York. We just didn't quite make out exactly what he said. I thought it was fascinating that when they played that sequence on SportsCenter this morning, they cut away the second that was "This is my city."
Oh,
no more. They didn't watch the rest of that.
This is strange. Strange that was the case. There were a few people on a few accounts that retweeted it that had him saying, not about New York, but saying, like, "I'm not leaving you." And I don't know. I didn't read that. I'm not a lip reader by trade.
Okay.
So I can't tell you, but add that into the mix of potential things that he said. I think the biggest thing is that I'm just proud that he said something. If you take any of those three, what I said, what you said, what social media was saying, any of those three are great answers if you're a fan of Milwaukee and Wisconsin sports, because it was a message of, "I'm here and I'm not going somewhere else," which him saying that on the national stage against the Knicks was a message. I think that was a message. I think that was thought out.
Well, and he went on to say more about where he stands in regards to all the noise off the court and so on. I think we'll get to that in the top of the next hour with the morning mind dump. A lot of messages coming in, so let's just go there and check in with all of you. The Nicolay Law Fan Talk and Text Line. Y'all are up and at it today. This is fantastic. Now, granted, it's at my demise currently in regards to watching baseball over the Bucks.
Yeah.
But hey, team player, I will take one for the team. All right, here we go. Brian from New Berlin says, "How is being able to take extra steps going to extend Reggie Miller's career?" He's anti-Bucks And like one of the most ex players, because Giannis has a title and he doesn't. He's just jealous, he says. Boy, was he fun to watch though, wasn't
he? Yeah, I agree with half of what Brian said there in New Berlin. I agree. I don't know how, if you got to travel a little bit more than they allowed in the 90s, how that's extending your career for that long. Was that really the problem? Was that you got caught for traveling too many times? I don't think so.
No, Spike Lee was the problem for Reggie Miller.
Yeah, there you go.
That's why his career ended the way it did.
Yeah.
The 414 says the four-letter network said there were 16,309 people in attendance last night at Fiserv Forum. And then we got this text from the 262. He says, new to the show, call me Jeff the Cop.
Okay.
First off, thank you for what you do for your career. And if you're a cop, if not, that's weird.
Yeah.
It says nobody were in the upper seats at Fiserv for the Bucks game because it's way too expensive to attend a game. They priced him out years ago.
So after the Bucks won the championship, the price for tickets at Fiserv was obviously, once they built the stadium, the arena, it was more expensive. But the tickets did seem to go up quite substantially after 2021. Also, I don't know if you've been to many sporting events or events in general at Fiserv. I'm not a huge fan of sitting up top. Like, the nosebleeds in Fiserv feel like nosebleeds. I mean, it feels like Bradley Center. I'm looking down, not out.
Oh, I think this one's way better than what the Bradley Center was.
Sure, but I'm saying, like, it's still for that. I get what if in the upper bowl, for the price that you're paying to sit in the upper bowl, I can see how some fans might feel that way. I still think that there's an argument against it, but I do understand where that person is coming from on the talking text line.
Yeah, well, priced out and apparently bucked out for some people. Bucked, B-U-C-K. Like Adam Silver said, the NBA is the highlight league, and interpretation is who cares who watches a full game. Travis in Kenosha. That's fair. The 262. I think he had my back there. I think.
Oh, I was reading from the 610, who I have to point out is this person lives to troll you. Like, they get up
every single day.
This guy gets up every day, stretches, and goes, "Oh, how can I bully Trevor today?" and then goes and brushes his teeth. Like, that's his first thought when he gets up in the morning.
Jeez.
And he said the game wasn't on WGN. That's why Trevor didn't watch the Bucks. I'm sorry.
Fault,
that
Josh.
one's good. That one's my fault. I didn't know. I didn't even know you at the time.
Fault.
No, that is Jason in the 920.
No, it doesn't matter. Yeah, and then this has not died. It's literally the Brewers off season, and if this follows me all winter, I don't know what we're gonna do. I am not a Cubs fan, for the love of God. Oh, I'm not. I feel like I'm the Joker. Trevor, we're talking this much October NBA. I mean, that's my point. I want to watch the World Series.
There we go. Someone against you.
Is it? I feel like it says, Trevor, you're right. We're talking this much about October NBA. There's a word missing from the 303. Fascinating. Today on First Take from the 414, what city was Giannis referencing when he said, "This is my city"?
Yeah, perfect. That's how they'll spin it. He said, "This is my city." What city was he referring to? We're thinking New York or Chicago. More on that coming up next.
All right, the Morning Mind Dump is next. It's the Wisconsin Sports Radio Network, powered by the Potawatomi Sportsbook, inside Wisconsin Sports with Trevor and Josh. Don't go anywhere. The Morning Mind Dump next.
attack. Oh, goodness.
Nerf hoop. He dunked there like a Nerf hoop.
Giannis just absolutely in takeover mode here. Still spinning. Bucks, they were down a dozen. Come back and limit the Knicks to 40 points in the second half. Milwaukee improves to 3-1.
Bucks 121, Knicks 111. Fiserv Forum last night in Milwaukee. You heard it there from Mike Tirico on the broadcast. The Bucks limited the Knicks to 40 points in the second half. That's it. That's nuts when they scored 45 in the second quarter. Good morning, Wisconsin, and welcome in live from the Wisconsin Sports Radio Network studios, powered by the Potawatomi Sportsbook. This is Inside Wisconsin Sports with Trevor and Josh. Make sure to follow us on Twitter, would you please? At Trevor Thomas IW, at On Air Josh, at Inside Wis Sports, and the network, which is where we are live on Twitter right now. What was that? Live on Twitter right now. At WI Sports Radio. We're also live on YouTube, youtube.com/at WI Sports Radio, or just go there and type in Inside Wisconsin Sports. We'll pop right up. The Nicolay Law Fan Talk and Text line is yours to use as you see fit. And apparently you all see fit to bully me in the 6 o'clock hour. That's what happens.
Why?
I can't. There's sometimes I can't just say, well, the Bucks thing and now the Cubs thing.
Oh, the Bucks.
It's just going to be a thing.
Yeah.
Oh, the Bucks. 414-677-1250. 414-677-1250. The Nicolay Law Fan Talk and Text line. 414, Mike and Hubertus, before we get to the morning mind up. He says, I think he said, this is my city. I don't know. It's all Greek to me.
Yeah. Oh, I love that. That's great.
That's a great dad joke. That's good.
Sure is.
All right, the coffee's kicked in. We are here. We are awake. We are ready. I've got a bowl of Raisin Bran in my belly.
Ooh.
It is time to get it off your chest and out of your head. Turn those voices off. Leave it at the door before you go into work. And share it with us. It's a safe place. Time for the morning mind dump.
I have voices in my head. They counsel me. They understand. They talk to me.
The coffee is kicked in. We're awake and ready to roll. Let's get some things off our chest and out of our heads.
You don't know what it's like to be me out here for you. It is an up at dawn, pride-swallowing siege that I will never fully tell you about, okay?
I'm as mad as hell, and I'm not gonna take this anymore!
I'm in a glass case of emotion.
What we've got here is failure to communicate.
We've got no food, we've got no jobs, our pets' heads are falling off!
It's time for the morning mind dump on Inside Wisconsin Sports with Trevor and Josh.
Yep, get it out of your head and get it off your chest and leave it with us on the Nicolay Law Fan Talk and Text line, 414-677-1250. If you've got something to share, we call it the morning mind dump. It's a place where we just go, all right, what in God's green earth was that? Or, hey, did you see this? This was really cool. It can be a vent session, and it can just be a, hey, I want to make sure you guys don't miss this. I can't wait to tell everybody about this today. And Josh, we're going to start with you because we're going to go right back to where we were from a Bucks basketball perspective and why we need to be watching Giannis. I'll hang up and listen. I'm here, Teach. You go ahead and give me the lecture as to why I should never miss another Bucks game as long as I live.
Yeah, so this was a clip from Giannis post-game, just talking about his balance. And this is a classic Giannis answer, but listen to this.
If it becomes a distraction for me, I don't have time. I'm not going to lie to you. I have...
Where'd you go, Giannis?
Giannis, come back. Okay.
Did it freeze on you?
It did. Sorry, hold on.
If it becomes a distraction for me, I don't have time. I'm not going to lie to you. I have 4 kids. You know, I have a 7-month-old, 2-year-old, 4-year-old, and 5-year-old. You know, I have 4 little, gremlins that they're running around, and I have, my craft that I got to improve, and then I got to lead the team, and then I got the other things. I got my wife, I got my mother, I got my brothers, I got to go to church. Man, I ain't got time for all that. So I'm being very, very honest with you. I just love playing basketball, and I try to speak on the court.
Amazing. Okay, listen,
Dude's a busy cat.
That is Giannis being Giannis And the reason why, that's one of the many reasons why he is different. Okay. That is him off the court. You talked about Aaron Rodgers leading up to that game this last Sunday. And you said all of these things about it's what they say off the court. It's who they are off the court. We have been waiting for Giannis to change because we're like, okay, you didn't play AAU basketball. You didn't grow up in the United States and go through the same steps as all these other guys did that are playing in the NBA. And Giannis is still Giannis. As he goes through his life, as he gets older, as he becomes a father and all these other things, he's still Giannis off the court. And that's someone that is genuine, that you can love and appreciate. And then there's the monster on the court that puts on the performances like we saw in primetime last night. That was not Giannis finding a different level. That's Giannis. That's what he does. And so my morning mind dump today to everyone is simply this. And I'm sorry, Trevor, you fit in this, unfortunately, at this time.
Oh, here we go.
Giannis is not going to allow you to ignore basketball in the state of Wisconsin.
You're right.
I'm sorry.
You're right.
You might not like the NBA. You might not like basketball, but Giannis exists, and he plays for your state's and city's team. And he is that genuine of a person. He is that good of a basketball player that you might want to talk World Series baseball. You might just love it. You can't ignore Giannis. He's going to force you to, at the very least, be aware of basketball and the NBA. It's just, and be grateful for it, because there was a long period of time where that didn't exist, where it was very easy to ignore the Milwaukee Bucks. It was very easy to ignore the NBA because the Bucks weren't good at all. Like, they were awful. And Giannis was even on a few of those teams at the beginning of his career. So this is something that's just, Giannis is here and he's saying, I don't care if you don't like basketball. I don't care if you put up a poll asking if you watch the NBA that says 70% of you out there don't. I'm going to make you have to know about it. You're going to know about me. You're going to know about this team, and you're going to know about what we're doing, because I'm that type of player. I'm literally a generational talent. I'm sorry. I'm sorry, Wisconsin sports fans. I'm not going to tell you how to fan, but Giannis might.
I like that you say, I'm not going to tell you how to fan, but Giannis might. So there's a huge difference in your morning mind dump that I want to make sure I point out. What you said is, we can't be missing Giannis.
Mm-hmm.
What I didn't hear you say is, we can't be missing the NBA. And so
Giannis plays in the NBA. You're going to watch NBA games because of
Giannis.
Giannis. I'm saying.
Got it. But that's relative to what you and I talk about in regards to Jordan. If we watched the NBA back then, it was to watch Michael Jordan. Were there other stars? Yes. Magic Johnson was on during the pregame last night of the World Series, and he was kind of talking about some of the good old days when he was playing. If we watched a particular game, it was to watch the superstar. And so this is no different. The only difference is we have the superstar in our state and in Milwaukee, and that's worth watching. I agree. I'm on board. I chose the World Series last night. I don't know if I'm going to have to do that again this weekend or not. I also, for the record, wasn't home. I had one listening option on my 3-hour drive yesterday. If I would have been at home, we would have had one of the games up on the TV and the other game on my laptop, but that wouldn't have needed to happen last night because the Bucks were on regular television. Usually you have to go to the app, the FanDuel Sports app, which you can't simulcast on your TV while watching the World Series game. But last night, dual screen, 100% chance I would have had both things on. I didn't not want to watch the Bucks. I just didn't have the accessibility that I would typically have on my drive yesterday.
And the point of my morning mind dump is, even if you truly did want to just ignore the Milwaukee Bucks and not have that be a thing, Giannis is making sure that you can't ignore it. Someone in your office is going to talk about Giannis. Someone in the office is going to talk about the fact that the Bucks were on, NBC last night. Did you know that? And it's because of Giannis. If Giannis isn't there and the Bucks get rolled by 35, yeah, maybe not. Maybe it's a It's a no-show, and honestly, they probably wouldn't have been on prime time anyway. But the point is that he is here. He is who he is, and you can't ignore it. You just can't.
So Jacob and Van's got our poll question all figured out for us. So why don't we go ahead and put this up on Twitter right now?
I love it, Jacob.
And this is going to change exactly what we're talking about in regards to, is it about the NBA or is it about Giannis? So what Josh referenced was we had a poll question earlier in the week, last week, I believe. And it was a one-word poll question, which is kind of something that I'm on board with. If we do poll questions, let's make them one word. So last week it was NBA, yes or no. And it was 70% no. So here we go. Jacob in the van says, new poll question, Giannis, yes or no? So make sure to go to Twitter, follow Josh and I. It's at Trevor Thomas IW, at On Air Josh. The show is at Inside Wis Sports, and the network, which is where we're going to post the poll question, is at WI Sports Radio. Reminder, we are now live on Twitter as well. So you can watch us there, and you can also watch us on YouTube. It's youtube.com/@WI Sports Radio. While Josh gets the poll question up, turns out I have a morning mind dump as well. So I was watching Brewers playoffs with a whole bunch of buddies in my neighborhood, right? I've talked about my amazing neighbors on this program once or twice, and I will do it ad nauseum for a long time moving forward. If you think you have a great neighborhood, you don't. Mine is better. Sorry. So we were over at Gifts Garage. Gifts Garage, and everybody gets alerts on their phones when there's a scoring play in a game that you're interested in, right? Whether it's the ESPN app or Yahoo Sports or CBS Sports or whatever the case may be, they're there, and you get the updates. We stream those games, meaning there's not a cable cord connected, so there's a bit of a delay. And while we were watching some of those games, some of the guys accidentally happened to look at their phone while the game was going on and became that guy. And what I mean by that guy is now one guy knows the outcome of something that all of us are about to watch. And nobody was doing it on purpose. And yet we all are super annoyed at that guy, right? It's that guy in the group text that you're all watching a game and you go, oh, what a hit. And you're like, dude, we're
come on, man.
Hello. So last night I was accidentally that guy.
Ooh,
I was on, yeah. I was on the FaceTime with my son, Rhodey, and my wife. My youngest son had already gone to bed, and I had the World Series game on in the background here in the hotel. And there were 2 outs in the bottom of the ninth. The Dodgers kind of made some noise, but kind of not really. And the last out of the game was a pretty decent hit to left center field. That hit happened, and I went, oh. I gave it a, oh, right? Like, oh, could be a home run. And then I looked down, and Rhodey is looking at me on the screen going, dude, you're ahead of me. Will you not? And I was like, I didn't say anything else. You don't know what the stood for. No joke, Josh. A matter of 20 seconds or whatever it was later, that hit happens on their end, and my son goes, oh, just like I did.
Perfect. Return serve.
Now that's exactly what I experienced using the very same terminology. Oh, but it made me think, like, please, maybe this is a PSA. Please don't be that guy. And if it all happens on accident sometimes, especially when you're in a big group of people and you get the notifications, like that's fun. I love that. Or if you're like having a watch party and you have people out in the garage and in the house, it's very hard to sync those, right? There's something to that when it's not on purpose. But if you're that guy that is texting the group ahead of time, or if you're that friend that wants to ruin it for somebody else, dude, don't.
Yeah.
Well, how about no?
The thing is that if you're in that, you don't always know, right? But once the group tells you, hey, you're ahead.
Yeah.
Then now you got to know. Now you're like, okay. Now I got to wait. You know, it's almost like going in the penalty box. It's like, darn it.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm in the group chat penalty box. I can't do it anymore. I gotta wait now. I'm on timeout.
Have you ever been removed from a group text and you weren't told you were being removed from a group text?
No.
I haven't either.
I have removed myself from group text.
Yeah. I remove myself all the time from group messengers, like party invites. Not into it.
Yeah, way too much.
Stop the notifications on my phone. Don't be that guy, okay? End of PSA. Thanks for coming to my TED Talk. One more piece, if you missed it yesterday from a mind dump, I love it when the teams in our state do this stuff. Go to the Packers Twitter, it's @Packers, and watch the 4-minute-ish long video of Evan Williams mic'd up from the last game. He is fantastic.
Yeah.
That is a great watch. The only one I would have preferred over him was Tucker Kraft. Can you imagine if Tucker Kraft would have been mic'd up?
That would have been amazing. I'm surprised, and I'm waiting for the point in which they just mic everyone up because the digital assets are too important. And they're
Rodgers
like, nope,
will never let that happen.
we're just going to put a mic on everyone. I'm just saying, I'm sure eventually it'll happen. It'll get to that point. I love the participation. Yeah, go ahead.
Talking text line. I was just going to say 414-677-1250. Time for your morning mind dumps out there. Wisconsin, let us know what's on your mind and get it out of your head or off your chest. The Nicolay Law fan talking text line 414-677-1250. Josh, what'd you see?
We have some great responses to our morning mind dumps so far. I'm going to start with Kirsten in Green Bay, who said, you know who, quote, that guy is, unquote, in regards to the, going too early on the announcement of a big play or something happening? The Lambeau Field fireworks guy when they score and you're not at the game, but you live close enough. You hear the fireworks before your TV shows you the play. That's very, very true. That's a.
Do you ever watch the watch party with the guys from Cheesehead TV?
Yes,
Aaron Nagler,
and
Corey
you can see it in the
Benke.
background. Yeah,
Corey and or Aaron, if they're together. If not, Corey lives literally right across from the Lambeau Field atrium, and they're doing their watch party. And the Packers are most likely heading into score, and all of a sudden they'll look behind them and go, "We got fireworks! We got fireworks!" And then you watch the play happen on TV, and that's that. But yeah, that's a great point, Kirsten.
The 920 says, here's my morning mind dump. The greatest baseball player, parentheses, not, was the losing pitcher, and we're not talking about it. I'm happy that the Bucks won. That's great. 3-1 to start the season. Baseball is almost over. However, gets trumped by one of the 80-plus games of round ball. Also, Josh, I had bowling league last night, struggled 635 series. Enjoy the show. And then he goes on to say, Josh, I will buy you a drink if one person in my office talks Bucks basketball today. Well, sir, I would like to know, give me the layout of your office. How many people are coming in? What do you do? Need a little bit more. It might just be you and one other guy. I don't know. And listen, also, I don't know if you hear the beginning of the show, but Trevor talks about this is inside Wisconsin sports. So, yeah, when maybe one of the best athletes to play in the state of Wisconsin, if not the best, goes and puts on a performance like that in front of the entire country, we're going to talk about it. That's how that's going to go.
Well, I mean, that's kind of the point they make. They were the losing pitcher, and we're not talking about that. We did. And then I get stoned in the street and not that kind of stoned.
Well,
I mean,
I didn't even make the connection, but now I'm cutting that clip. Yep. Now that's going to get used.
You're welcome.
Yeah. Trevor's just out there getting stoned in the street, man. Get inside.
Well, if I talk about the World Series over the Bucks, I mean, things don't go well for me.
What are you doing? Get inside. Oh, I love it.
The Nicolay Law fan talking text line 414-677-1250. Keep them coming in. We call it the morning mind dump here on Inside Wisconsin Sports with Trevor and Josh. Up next, though, a new segment. We call it Would You Rather Wednesday. I think based on how this goes, we might do this every single Wednesday at 7:25-ish.
Mm-hmm.
I wrote 5 Would You Rather questions for Josh. Josh wrote 5 Would You Rather questions for me. They arrive around something to do with inside Wisconsin sports, meaning sports, sporting life, maybe sporting food. There are no categories. It's whatever you can come up with. And I didn't tell Josh this, but Josh, we're going to keep a spreadsheet and we're going to attempt to categorize the questions that we ask each other so that we don't repeat.
Okay.
If you have a would you rather clean, airable question, go ahead and text the Nicolay Law Fan Talking text line. We're going to get through the 5 that I have. We're going to get through the 5 that Josh has. And then we will choose 5 would you rather questions. I'm scared of this. On the Nicolay Law Fan Talking text line. 414-677-1250. Hey, do not miss tomorrow morning. Let me get this out real quick. Super duper jacked and grateful. The Green Bay Packers general manager, Brian Gutekunst, is going to join us here on Inside Wisconsin Sports with Trevor and Josh live tomorrow morning at 6:15 a.m. He's joining via video. We'll have him on the audio. And at the end of the day, you don't want to miss it, 6:15 tomorrow morning. This is Inside Wisconsin Sports, live from the Wisconsin Sports Radio Network, powered by the Potawatomi Sportsbook. Would You Rather is next with Trevor and Josh. Don't miss it. What's up, Wisconsin? Welcome back live from the Wisconsin Sports Radio Network studios, powered by the Potawatomi Sportsbook. This is Inside Wisconsin Sports with Trevor and Josh. Follow us on Twitter. We say it every day and damn near every segment. It's a ride on Twitter. Join us at Trevor Thomas IW, at On Air Josh, the network at WI Sports Radio, the show at Inside Wis Sports. You can watch us live there on Twitter. We are broadcasting live on the internet with our faces and microphones and cool graphic packages and all those things. And you can watch us on YouTube as well. YouTube.com/@WI Sports Radio. All right. The Nicolay Law Fan Talk and Text line is open. 414-677-1250. I want you guys to send us a would you rather question that has to be clean. So keep it together, Wisconsin. And B, that we can maybe choose to read on the air and see where we fall. A brand new segment on Inside Wisconsin Sports with Trevor and Josh. We don't have an open for it yet. We're just throwing some noodles on the wall to see what sticks. So I messaged Josh last night and said, hey, man, how about a Wednesday feature called Would You Rather Wednesday?
Mm-hmm.
And it has to revolve around something with Wisconsin sports or sporting life or food or tailgating or just, pick a category that we can connect back to what this show is all about, the people, the stories, and the patriotism of Wisconsin. All right, so we're going to go, I go, you go. I go, you go. I have 5, you have 5.
I think I got it.
Would you like to start? I'll give you the ability. Do you want me to start? You start? What do you think?
Well, why don't you go ahead? You go ahead. I'll finish.
Here's my first one. Josh, would you rather take pitches from the Miz at 104 miles an hour and you have to stand there until you make contact, or bare hands from 20 yards away, passes from Jordan Love on a dime, seed passes? So would you rather AB against the Miz or try to catch the whizzes from Jordan Love?
If I can't leave the batter's box until I make contact,
and you can't stop catching the balls until you catch one.
Yeah, I'm gonna take the tosses from Jordan Love, because honest to God, I don't think that I could make contact if Miz was being filthy and not putting him down. I mean, even if he was putting him straight down the middle of the plate, it would take me a while. But if he was purposefully pitching as if I was a major league hitter, and I might be in that box for an hour. I legitimately think I just wouldn't have the ability to hit it.
And when that first one whizzes past your head at 104,
yeah, now I've peed myself.
Yep.
That was a drop I shouldn't have said. That was bad.
I think you should dump that probably.
That's going to be a problem. Is that? I don't know. Oh.
I said to the entire state of Wisconsin, hey, everybody, keep it clean.
Oh, no.
The first question I asked.
What? I don't know. That might have been fine. I don't know. Either way, I don't like that that's out there to be cut. All right. Anyway.
You're up.
Man, so my first one, I was keeping him tame to start.
We're off to a great start.
Would you rather eat at the game or at home before the game? So tailgating, not an option. Going somewhere to eat and then going to the game after, not an option. You're either eating in your house and then going to the event, or saying, I'll just eat when I get there.
I'm going to choose to eat when I get there, and here's why. I can tell myself, hey, Trev, remember, you ate at home, and you don't need the buffalo mac and cheese at Lambeau Field. But then you see the buffalo mac and cheese at Lambeau Field and go, gotta have it.
Yep, I'm 100% with you. 100%. I don't trust myself to not. I'll end up eating at both. Yeah, so might as well just not eat at home.
I will have both meals. That's
and I'll tell myself,
right. So,
this is smarter. I can eat healthier at home. I can save money by eating at home. That doesn't matter. It doesn't matter.
Doesn't matter. I'm going to eat both meals. 100%. All right. Josh, would you rather the next trophy a Wisconsin sports teams bring home, the NBA trophy the title trophy or the Lombardi trophy?
Lombardi trophy.
Yeah, 100%. That's not even a question for me, frankly.
Yeah,
I wasn't sure where you were going to stand, but
no, yeah, I think, it's very close. It's probably closer for me than it is for you or a lot of other people, but I'm still going to go Lombardi. Okay, let's have some fun.
Hey, way to not cuss on that one. Nice
Thanks.
job.
Would you? I didn't cuss before, by the way. I don't think that's a cuss word. I think I would have been clean keeping it, but would you rather be 5'8" and have hair, or 6'8" and bald?
Well, I was 5'8" with hair at one point in my life, and I am currently 6'8" without hair. Oh man, that's hard because my son had a doctor's appointment yesterday, and we were talking about how off the charts he is in terms of his growth. And he literally said in the doctor's office to our doctor, Dr. Kawasaki, he's like, I want to be 6'8" with dad. And the doctor looked at him and goes, how about we shoot for 6'4"?
Yeah, that's still good.
Dumb.
Take that.
Honestly, I think I'd rather be 6'8" and bald. I don't know any other way, man. Like I cannot imagine, with all due respect to somebody that's vertically challenged the other way, I cannot imagine that life.
World looks different from up there.
And it's awfully visible, frankly. I can see a lot of things that people that are 5'8" can't, especially when I stand in front of them and they get all annoyed.
Sure.
All right, that's good. That was a good question.
Thank you.
All right, here we go. You lost last year's fantasy football league, Josh.
Oh, no.
Your punishment is this. It's Halloween weekend. Okay?
Okay.
You are going to walk around with your kids and trick or treat, correct?
Yep.
The punishment is, and would you rather wear an entire MLB uniform from the Dodgers or an entire MLB uniform from the Chicago Cubs?
Dodgers.
Oh, that was quick.
Yeah. I'm not going to be happy either way, but no, I'm not. No. What? Absolutely not. Okay. Never. No.
I got to be honest. I thought you would give that a little thought.
No.
Because the way you were going off about the Dodgers yesterday, not convinced. I was not convinced that you were going to pick that.
Yeah. Listen, there's arguments I could still make if it's a Dodgers jersey to myself of, well, hey, it's a future Hall of Famer, pick one. Betts, Freeman, Ohtani, Kershaw, keep going. Cubs, that I'd have to burn my first layer of skin afterwards. Okay, here's one for you. Would you rather be forced to wear a sweaty, old, yet still in good shape quarter zip during every Brewers game, or have to do the, quote, playoff bald, but for the entire season?
Oh. Wait a minute. Ask the first one again.
Uh-huh. So you're forced to every day that there's a Brewers baseball game, you have to wear an old and sweaty, yet still in good shape quarter zip, or you have to have the playoff bald for the entire season.
So Josh is referencing that I threw out a quarter zip Brewers jacket that was in fine condition from the outside looking in, but it stunk to high heaven because the thing didn't breathe.
He threw it out at the game. It was like where you throw out your soda cup.
No, not the recycling side, the trash side.
Fine.
I think my answer, because of how miserable that quarter zip jacket was to do the playoff bald for the season.
Seriously? Yeah. That's insane.
I'm telling you, man. I hate being hot. I don't do hot well. And that sucker was sweaty hot. Didn't breathe. Did you see the undercarriage sweat that I had going when I took that thing off?
No, I didn't. Oh,
yes,
maybe a little bit. Yeah, on your gray. We wore a gray shirt underneath. You weren't even helping yourself.
It was underneath. That was my whole point. Oh, man. Don't you dare ever think that we're going to do something that's going to make me grow my hair out for an entire season. My wife will kill you.
I mean, you literally just chose that over wearing a quarter zip. So, I know.
I'm just telling you, in real life, not happening. Josh, would you rather gas or charcoal?
Gas. And I know that a lot of people that offends, They're like, how? Oh no, the taste and everything. Blah blah. Gas is so much easier. Listen, if I can choose an easier path, I'm going to. It makes heat.
In
it
life
cooks
in general.
It cooks the food. I'm good. I'm
All
going propane. Yep, propane every time. Trevor, would you rather have to watch a non-Bucks NBA game or a Chicago Cubs baseball game?
Oh, non-NBA game.
Over a Chicago
non-Bucks
Cubs
NBA game.
Yeah?
Yeah, 100%. Why? Because I'm not a child. I'm not forced to watch the Cubs from home. This is my idea to do this segment, and I did not see that question.
Okay. All right.
Yeah,
I'm surprised by
out.
that answer. Okay.
I'm thinking about it now because you're so surprised. I think a non-Bucks NBA game. I see no value in watching a non-Brewers Cubs game anymore. I only did it as a kid because I didn't have a choice.
Okay.
All right, moving on. Last one for me. Then we'll go to the Nicolay Law fan talking text line when we get back from break because we're going to have to sift through those. This is sticking. We're doing this segment every single Wednesday.
This will be good.
How many text messages?
I absolutely love these coming in too.
All right, here we go. Last one for me. Josh, would you rather sit behind home plate at AmFam Field, like directly behind home plate?
Yeah.
Or courtside at Fiserv?
Ooh. Oh, man, that's the toughest question you've asked. Because I'm going to go directly behind home plate. But man, is it tough. There's a lot of fun things that could happen when you're courtside, man.
Yeah.
You know?
I sat courtside one time when I was in high school. My basketball team played at the Bradley Center while I was in high school.
Yeah.
And we got a pair of courtside tickets with that package. And a buddy of mine was like the assistant athletic director when he was in high school. He helped do a lot of the sports stuff. He was given a quarter, and so he and I went down there. It was a blast. But I would like to think that sitting behind home plate at AmFam I've never done it. I've never been front row next to Amy for any of the games ever.
Sure.
I think that would be a great time.
The only thing that
All right,
now
good
has me
choice.
questioning too is like the netting. And the netting right in your face, which if I'm right behind home plate, like I'd
notice
want it
that,
anyway.
though?
But I don't know because I've never sat directly where my face could touch the netting.
There's nowhere on the first level that you can sit without looking through the net anyway. So you might as well get as close as you can.
Yeah, that's true. All right, last one for me.
All right.
Would you rather watch a Cubs game on WGN or Sewing with Nancy on PBS?
Why'd you ask me two close questions?
I just was curious between those two, which you'd rather watch.
Is it back in the day with Harry Carey?
That's up to you.
Or
It's
is it
just
now?
WGN, Cubs game on WGN or Sewing with Nancy on PBS.
Cubs game because I'm sports.
You heard it here first, folks. There it is.
Great.
Straight from Trevor's mouth.
All right, I'm going to punch you through the screen. What would you rather Wednesday? Here we go. The Nicolay Law fan talking text line wide open for you guys. 414-677-1250. When I say wide open, I mean we have a novel to get through here in order for Josh and I to try to pick 5 in the next segment. So if you're going to get them in, do it now. We'll try to save some that we don't get to for next week if they're worthy. Remember, keep it clean because we have to pre-read these and don't make us. I say that now it's just gonna.
Yeah.
Inside Wisconsin Sports with Trevor and Josh live from the Wisconsin Sports Radio Network studios, powered by the Potawatomi Sportsbook. This is fun. What's up, Wisconsin? Welcome back. Live from the Wisconsin Sports Radio Network studios, powered by the Potawatomi Sportsbook. It's Inside Wisconsin Sports with Trevor and Josh on a Would You Rather Wednesday, a brand new segment here on Inside Wisconsin Sports. I asked Josh 5 Would You Rather questions that are geared towards Wisconsin sporting life, just sports in general. He asked me 5. Fantastic. You guys are blowing this up, and it's a blast, which means we're definitely going to have to create an open and do this every single Wednesday. I can only imagine how many people, Josh, aren't texting or calling that are like, oh, that was a horrible question. I can't believe I have to decide between these things, because based on how many people are, remember what we said yesterday.
Silent majority.
There's a giant silent majority that never call, never text, yet will not switch the dial because they enjoy what we're doing. And for that, we are very grateful. All right, to the phones.
Yes, we're going on the Nicolay Law fan talk and text line to Dave in Cudahy. Dave.
Good morning,
Dave,
gentlemen.
what's your would you rather question, my man?
Yeah. Let's set you up with a tough one. Would you rather have Brewers win a World Series, but Packers fans become less enthusiastic each year? Or would you rather have the Packers win a Super Bowl, but the Brewers bring back claws up?
All right. Thank you. Thank you, Dave. Yeah, I know a lot of people didn't like that celebration, that thing that the Brewers did that year with the claws up, beast mode, whatever you call it. This is the easiest one. Brewers World Series. Give it.
100%.
I need it. I want it. And I don't care what happens with other fan bases.
The amount of things I'm willing to sacrifice for a Brewers World Series win.
It's disturbing.
Yeah, it's probably dangerous. All right, here we go. We're going to get through as many of these on the Nicolay Law fan talk and text line as we can. I know I said we would read 5. There's so many good ones in here, and we're not going to be able to get to them all, so we'll do our best to save these for the future, but here we go. All right, Josh, I'll go, you go. Would you rather play around with Jack Nicklaus or John Daly?
Ooh, John Daly for me.
100% hammered. It's going to be awesome.
Jacob in a van asks, would you rather watch Raw or SmackDown?
I'm a Cody Rhodes guy, so I think I'm going to choose SmackDown. Not that he doesn't show up on Raw.
What you think?
There you go.
Oh, who's that?
That was The Rock saying it doesn't matter what you think.
It doesn't matter what you think.
Just happen to have that available.
It says here, Trevor, would you rather watch Cubs on WGN or Brewers on ESPN? And they have, what? Dumb. That was stupid.
That's the whole question?
Yeah, I guess. I don't know. There's.
Oh my God.
It's dumb. All right, moving on. Would you rather Giannis stay? Oh, this is good. Would you rather Giannis stay in Milwaukee for the rest of his career, or him be traded this season in exchange for a Brewers World Series? That's from Rhino.
That's a great one, Rhino. Great one. It's the Brewers
easy.
World Series.
It's 100% the Brewers. I love you, Giannis.
For me, it's not 100% because Giannis is my favorite player forever in any sport.
It's not 100% for me either. It's 150%.
Oh, no, for me it is less than 100%. But it's still the Brewers
100p.
World Series.
100p.
Yep.
All right. You're up.
I'm looking here. I'm scrolling through people that were responding to the would you rathers that we did.
Okay, here we go. I got another one.
Talks. You got one?
Would you rather be stuck with Jesse Winker forever on the Brewers or Martellus Bennett on the Packers? And by the way, both of their attitudes will be maximum terrible. Oh, I can't stand Jesse Winker.
Yeah. I really am not a fan.
I think he means, yeah. The other one, not Jesse Winker.
Yeah, Bennett for sure. Yep. Would you rather be in Jamaica riding out Hurricane Melissa, which is happening right now? Thoughts and prayers, by the way, anyone that's going through that. Or so pay a premium price to sit and watch Wisconsin football at Camp Randall.
Mic drop. That's the last one we're doing.
Oh. Well, I don't want to say that's tough. But on one hand,
tough.
In one hand, I'm in Jamaica. That sounds pretty great. On the other hand, there's a hurricane.
Yeah.
On the other hand,
man.
I'm at a football game. On the other hand, it's a Wisconsin Badger football game.
Wow. all I can picture is Lieutenant Dan. You call this a storm?
Oh,
I'm gonna get kicked out of this hotel.
I might go Jamaica. I might take my chances.
Oh, jeez.
I'm sorry.
Hope you know how to swim. Wow. Yeah, it's not what I want. I'll choose the Badgers. We'll see who lives through it.
That's
how about
good.
that?
Oh, that's where the state of Badger football is, folks, in case you were curious.
Yeah. Oh, my gosh. All right, moving on. Join us tomorrow morning. You guys do not miss this segment that we're going to do tomorrow morning. We have a guest coming on. You may have heard of him. Green Bay Packers general manager Brian Gutekunst, 6:15 a.m. tomorrow morning here on the Wisconsin Sports Radio Network, powered by the Potawatomi Sportsbook, and specifically here on Inside Wisconsin Sports with Trevor and Josh. I love a text earlier on, Josh. I'm sure you saw it, but he goes, I love what you guys are doing with this interview because you're just going to sit down and shoot the bull with the Packers general manager.
Yep.
That's exactly right.
Yeah.
No in-depth, no searching for hidden secrets, no hard questions that's going to make him hate us and never want to do it again.
That's not true. There might be a question that is difficult, but it's not going to be related to, some clickbait, whatever you're looking for. But
exactly.
I'm planning on asking him some. Listen, I don't know if he's ready to talk about Shohei Ohtani and deferred salaries and what's going on with the Dodgers right now, but I'm asking him. I'm absolutely asking him.
All right, so join us tomorrow morning here on the Wisconsin Sports Radio Network, 6:15 a.m. Brian Gutekunst, general manager, Green Bay Packers, live with us. You can watch it on YouTube. It's youtube.com/@WI Sports Radio. And you can also watch us live on Twitter now. It's @WI Sports Radio. Trevor Thomas, Josh Albrecht, Inside Wisconsin Sports, live on the Wisconsin Sports Radio Network, powered by the Potawatomi Sportsbook. I am an eternal optimist. So please, God, don't tell me that you're an eternal pessimist.
I like to say I'm a realist.
Oh, great. We're going to get along great. This is going to be great.
This is Inside Wisconsin Sports with Trevor and Josh.
Crowd is here about
Nerf hoop. He dunked that like a Nerf hoop.
Giannis just absolutely in takeover mode here. Still spinning. Bucks, they were down a dozen. Come back and limit the Knicks to 40 points in the second half. Milwaukee improves to 3-1.
40 points in the second half is pretty relative because the Bucks let them score 45 in the second quarter. Nonetheless, all's well that ends well. Wisconsin Bucks 121, Knicks 111. Have a night, Giannis. 37 points, 8 rebounds, 7 assists against a team that is he going? Was he wanted to go? We'll listen to some audio, and I guess you can decide however you think. What's up, Wisconsin? Welcome in. We are live on the Wisconsin Sports Radio Network, powered by the Potawatomi Sportsbook. Inside Wisconsin Sports with Trevor Thomas and Josh Albrecht.
Hi.
Follow us on Twitter at Trevor Thomas IW, at On Air Josh. The poll question is up on the network, and we're live there at WI Sports Radio. And the show has a page too, at Inside Wis Sports. I mentioned it. We're live on Twitter now, so you can watch our mugs along with, I don't know, a couple, 200-300 people at one point.
Yeah.
Something like that.
Yeah, appreciate everybody.
On YouTube. Yeah, man, this is really cool. On YouTube as well, youtube.com/@WI Sports Radio. I'm getting messages from buddies that have it on the screens in their office or on the big screens in the client waiting area. I don't know what you're thinking. It's bad for business. But here we are. Good to see you. How are you, everybody?
Thanks for being here.
Did you pay somebody to send this text message in via the Nicolay Law fan talking text line?
I sure did.
414-677-1250. I don't have that number on my phone. I always look. I'm like, oh, boy, is this somebody I know? Did we put somebody up to this? This is a great way to start the day. Listen to this. He says, you guys, I'm loving this show. When did this station start? About a month ago. Thanks for finding us. I am hooked. Listened to you both a lot before across the street. Appreciate that. You guys friggin' rock, and I dig your styles and personalities a lot. I feel like I have buddies on the radio again. Josh.
Thanks, burner phone.
Josh. Thanks for texting that in, bud.
You bet. Anytime.
Dude, frame that, because that's exactly what we want this show to make you feel like. We want you to feel like you have buddies on the radio. I don't want to get into the in-depth X's and O's and analyze the field goal percentage from last night's Bucks game. Hey, don't care. But I do want to go all at this Would You Rather Wisconsin sports game that we just played, because there's some hangover ones that I think we should probably get to this hour.
Yeah.
There are also some things to talk about in regards to how Giannis feels about being a Buck and where that lands with him and playing the Knicks last night. But ultimately, we want you to feel like you're sitting at a bar with a couple dudes having a, Bloody Mary, hopefully at this point, and just shooting the bull. That's how we want to roll this.
Yeah. And here's a perfect example of how that would be if we were sitting at the bar together. I would say, hey, did you see that reporter after the Bucks game last night who brought up something about Giannis wanting to play somewhere else and having it be New York? Did you hear that?
How'd that go?
Yeah, Giannis, there was going back to the ESPN report from earlier this month, part of it was that if you were traded, you'd prefer to go to the Knicks.
Who said that?
It was an ESPN report that.
I don't read that.
I was wondering if that is true, and if it is or it's not. Okay.
I don't remember that. Right now, I'm here representing my team, and that's it. We beat the Knicks, So doesn't really matter. What matters right now, we have a game 2 days against Golden State. Try to stay locked in and get 2 in a row. But I didn't read that article. Try to stay away from all that rumors and I don't know how you call it, speculations and trade and all this. Doesn't concern me one bit. I try to involve myself and try to help my team win games.
So there you go. I think this is important because you can also, of course, comment on our streams as we go here on the YouTubes. And at Joshua714, good name, said, going back to the Giannis New York rumors, if you watch the post-game interview that we just played and watch the smirk on his face when he's asked if the New York rumors were true, that didn't look good. I think there's some truth to it. He kind of smirks and smiles and then says, I didn't hear that. I don't know, fellas. By the way, love the show. First of all, thank you for that. We love you too. Also, listen, especially when it comes to Giannis, I worry with the best of them. I've taken years off of my life worrying about if the day that Giannis leaves this team. I have convinced myself that day will at some point come, whether it's up to him or up to the team. I'm preparing myself for that day. You can't keep doing this to yourself as a Bucks or a Giannis fan.
Yeah.
Putting it out there. If you literally just worry every day about is he leaving? Is he not happy here? Every single day, you're gonna not be able to enjoy the amazing things he did last night.
Exhausting. You're gonna exhaust yourself.
Yep.
I love that Giannis went right to Shaggy. Wasn't me.
Sure.
Dude, hey, did you say no? Wasn't me. But we saw
where'd you read
on
that? I don't know about that.
But Giannis, it was in it, wasn't me.
Nope.
Yeah, we'll I don't know, man. Will we eventually lose him? It's exhausting to think about that. Right now, enjoy the ride. And I feel like that's what a lot of the Brewer season was this past year too, man. Like, oh, are we ever going to get over the hump? Are we ever going to be able to beat a team like the Dodgers and the payroll and all the things that go into that conversation? And at the end of the day, whoa, what a season.
Well, sure. I feel like that's a little different, though, because that's not something that the conversation of when or if Giannis is leaving is one we've been dealing with for 7 years. It's a long time. We haven't been dealing with can the Brewers get past the Dodgers for 7 years. We knew they couldn't for 7 years.
How old are you, Josh?
I am 35.
35. So I don't think you had the pleasure of living through Brett Favre talking about retirement for a decade straight.
I did.
You remember that?
Yeah,
that
I also remember exactly where I was when he did.
And then he didn't. And then he did. And then he didn't.
As if it was a historical event. I'll tell you, I was in computer class. Our teacher had control of all of our computers to show us a lesson on, I don't know, doing something. And I literally got the text on my phone that I wasn't supposed to have in class. And I ran up to his computer and I said, I need to take over your computer now. And he goes, okay. And I brought up Packers.com and he felt exactly the same way as I did. And we all just sat there and watched the presser as Brett Favre cried together as a class on every single computer.
I was going through one of those keepsake boxes that you keep. You know what I mean? Like the one that sits in the bin in the basement. You have all the things that you're hanging on to for absolutely no reason. And I found a whole bunch of my old Sports Illustrated magazines that I kept. Tons of Jordan stuff, all my posters that I had on the wall when I was a kid, and that Sports Illustrated cover of Favre retiring. I bring that up because this kind of feels like that with Giannis. Like, are we going to keep him? Are we going to lose him? What's that going to happen? The difference is this is self-induced. This isn't Giannis coming out and saying, I'm thinking about asking for a trade, or I'm thinking about leaving the Bucks, or I'm thinking about this, it's not him. It's us. That's the problem. Giannis has said nothing other than I want to win a championship. And it's us going, geez, we're going to lose him. Oh man, we're going to trade him. I'm prepared for the day. Brett Favre
it's the
said
national
that
media
to us.
too. It's the national media too. I mean, our reactions.
Another reason not to watch the national media.
Well, you got a great point there, but that's part of it. It's that creates the worry, and also it's the fact that we don't get nice things. We don't get to keep nice things.
This is why we can't have nice
in
things.
small market. We're very used to watching our heroes, our sports heroes, move on because we're small market Milwaukee. It's It's part of the fandom, unfortunately. And so when we have someone like Giannis, who, as I mentioned, is my favorite athlete ever, period, I worry about it. I worry about the day when that's going to end.
Steve in G-Town says, I would think Giannis is smarter than this. Why New York? First or second biggest market, yet for 30 years, they've had less success than the Bucks. They're pure dysfunction. The NBA is so broken. There's some plausibility to that, because that happened to Rodgers. When Rodgers went to the Jets, which he handpicked, and the Packers were nice enough to make it happen. That New York media is a different level, man. I mean, and that was that somebody from New York that went right at him with that question?
I'm going to assume so. They didn't say their name beforehand, but it sure seemed like a New York question.
Right. They're not apologetic about it. Honestly, it's very fascinating. Yeah, Giannis is in a Kohl's, and now he's not going anywhere.
Yeah, Giannis started doing commercials for Kohl's. I literally saw one of that. I saw it during the Sunday Night Football game, the Packers game, and Julie's sitting next to me on the couch, and she was, trying to have a conversation with me while I'm ADHDing out because Giannis is on the screen. And I literally, at the end of it, went, "Ooh, Giannis is doing Kohl's commercials now." Like I was, it should be embarrassed, excited to see Giannis doing a Kohl's commercial.
If Giannis is promoting Kohl's Cash, there's something up.
I mean, here's I think the other difficult thing. I think that as a city, we are, and a sport and a franchise, we're giving him everything we can. My brain has gone, all right, what else can we do? What else can we do? Besides start building the statue, I don't know. I mean, we've said, Giannis, you're the king. Whatever you want in the city, you got it. You're our guy. And so I do think he appreciates that. But I think that as, Bucks fans, Wisconsin sports fans, we keep thinking, what can we do for Giannis so that we can put this nightmare to bed?
Ian from Appleton on the Nicolay Law Fan Talking text line says, I would donate to the statue of Giannis. That guy is so great. 100%. Josh, I remember when he signed his gazillion-dollar contract.
Mm-hmm.
He came out and said, I love this city. This is where I want to raise my family. This is home. My mother moved here, right? All the things that he kind of rambled on in the postgame last night. And a lot of people had the question of, is he just saying that because he signed a gazillion-dollar contract, or does he really feel that way about Milwaukee? Because he's never given anything to believe anything else. Giannis has never come out and said, I like it here, but I'd really love to be in New York. And that's why it feels like this is self-induced. And that's shame on us, I think, at that point.
Yeah, I mean, there are a lot of things just as sports fans that we worry through, right? Even when he did that and he said those things after he signed, in the back of my mind, I'm thinking, well, I'm glad that he feels that way for now. Because who knows, by the end of that contract, does he still feel that way? Maybe he's at a different point in his life with kids. Maybe he's not worried as much about raising a family, and he's worried about experiencing something else as an NBA player and wanting to see the difference between playing in a city like Milwaukee and a city like New York. All of those different things still went through my head, which, like you said, it's on me. I own that. That fear and worry is on me, but I can't help that it exists. And then on top of that, he never, he still answers some of those questions with, I want to play in Milwaukee as long as we're competitive. I will go where I need to be competitive and win a championship. And we pick and choose the words out of those quotes and form a new sentence of, I'm leaving to go win a championship.
See, that's what I'm saying. Brad, here's a good would you rather. If you missed it earlier, it's a would you rather Wednesday. 7:25 on Wednesdays. From this point forward, we're going to play a little Inside Wisconsin Sports version of Would You Rather Wisconsin and help us decide some of the worst questions ever. And the ones that are coming in still on the Nicolay Law Fan Talking text line at 414-677-1250 are blowing my mind. This one in particular. This is Brad in the 414. He said, would you rather have $1,000 of Bitcoin or $1,000 in Kohl's Cash?
Yeah, I love that. That's a tough one Brad. It's a tough one. You go Kohl's Cash.
I can't shop at Kohl's. Nothing off the rack is a big boy size for
no
me.
quarter zips for you over there?
No, not in the do they have talls? See, me and the quarter zip aren't friends unless it's a tall. Like it doesn't fit. It needs to be longer.
What about if it's sweats? Is that important?
I'm going to throw it away.
Okay.
I'm probably going to throw it away for no reason at all. Hey, we didn't get to this yesterday, and I want to give it just a moment here. There was some really sad news that broke from over the weekend, and it was mainly talked about first thing yesterday. We didn't get to it, but I want to make sure we don't miss it again. If you pay attention at all to anything Barstool, you would have seen yesterday that it was announced that Barstool Beef, also known as Cody Frankie, had passed away at the age of 31. Apparently, he was in the Dominican Republic attending a wedding and had a sudden medical issue. And then there was no further cause in regards that the public saw anyway. He, of course, along with a whole bunch of others at Barstool, is part of something they call the Fore Play podcast, F-O-R-E. That's what you yell when you're whacking a ball at a guy that doesn't know the ball is coming.
Yep.
This is relative to Wisconsin, as we promise that we're not going to talk about things on this show unless we can circle it back. You may not know that Barstool Beef, Cody Frankie, was the PGA head golf professional at a golf course in Green Bay called Thornberry Creek. And then obviously he was in California too before Barstool. Some of the videos, and I'm sad to say that I never had an interaction with him. I knew he was in Green Bay. It was kind of on my list of things to do. Obviously, you don't, know that things like this are going to happen. There's some incredible tributes online. Here's a guy who, from all intents and purposes, was the kindest person on the planet. Watch some of these videos. Every single person that he engaged with at any moment, anywhere he was, if he had a hat on, he took it off. Like the golf thing to do. He took his hat off and he shook their hand and he introduced himself. And then if they had questions about their golf swing or something golf related, and listen, there's been a lot of, I'll just say BS about what they call fat shaming online or in life in general. Barstool Beef was a big old boy. And we have no idea what caused his death. So save it, would you? Because it's not necessary. And frankly, it doesn't help. This is one of the kindest people to ever walk the planet. His shape, his size, his health is none of our business. It's just sad that he's no longer here. I highly encourage you, if you have some time today, take a pause and look up the three guys that put out a video yesterday from the Foreplay Pod from Barstool. They're wrecked. They're completely wrecked. And I just think if we ignore things like this in our life, then listen, we're all ticking time bombs. Every last one of us. Nobody's getting out of this thing alive. And when things like this happen to good people, it's important for all of us to pause and be grateful for what we have and not take any of this for granted. I'm not taking this hotel room for granted that I'm in here in Monroe, Wisconsin. I have a deeper root shoot with Blaine's Farm and Fleet later today in about an hour and a half. I just got a text that said, hope you enjoyed your stay. Did I get checked out? Am I still here? Are they coming into? That's going to be weird.
They said, bye.
Housekeeping. Oh, sorry. Got a little thing going here. Anyway, our thoughts and prayers with everyone at Barstool and anybody here in the state of Wisconsin that crossed paths with Barstool Beef. And I guarantee there are stories. If you have some, share them with us. We'd love to share them with all of you. The Nicolay Law Fan Talk and Text Line, 414-677-1250. Coming up next, we're going to chat with our guy Dave Schrader, the sports director at WBAY Channel 2 in Green Bay. He was in Pittsburgh. I want to know what that was like and what some of the behind-the-scenes stuff that never made it on TV. What did that sound like? What did that feel like with the whole Rodgers and Packers face-off? Plus, we'll preview what we have to look forward to this weekend as the Packers return home for the first time in a minute. 3 out of the next 4 are at Lambeau Field. Carolina is coming to town. Is there anything that we have to worry about against this team that's 4-4? Or are we just playing that gosh darn good right now? We'll see what's up. All right, got to go check the weather. And when we come back, Dave Schrader will be here. The Nicolay Law Fan Talk and Text Line is open on the Wisconsin Sports Radio Network, powered by the Potawatomi Sportsbook It's Inside Wisconsin Sports with Trevor and Josh. What's up, Wisconsin? Welcome back inside Wisconsin Sports with Trevor and Josh on the Wisconsin Sports Radio Network, powered by the Potawatomi Sportsbook. We check in with them from time to time. A regular guest, one could say. My guy Dave Schrader, the sports director at WBAY Channel 2 in Green Bay. What's up, Dave? Good to see you, man.
Good to see you guys as well. Morning.
You're a huge national parks guy, so let's just get to your hat right away. If you're not watching us on YouTube or on Twitter, he's got the WBAY quarter zip, probably a little warm. Might want to get rid of it. And what does the hat say?
Grand Canyon. Went there after the Arizona trip. Took the in-laws there for the first time.
Was that the first time you were there?
No, sixth.
Yeah, only the sixth time. Listen, if you have a Grand Canyon hat, it's not your first time there. Okay, that's all you need to know.
So, Dave, you travel for your job along with the Packers for the majority, if not all, of those away games. What did you experience in Pittsburgh in comparison to what the other games have been like?
I'm back, I think.
With the whole Aaron Rodgers hoopla.
Yeah, we got you. Do you hear us, Dave?
For some reason, it's on mute. 1 second.
Oh, no worries. Actually, you know what? Josh, boot him out of the studio, and we'll just have him come back. I'll shoot him a text. Right. Every once in a while, we have some of the technical difficulties on the old StreamYard. That's what we use to chat with people via audio and video is StreamYard. It works amazingly well 93% of the time.
I agree with that. 93. I think that's a good number.
And the audio, though, is so much better than just somebody calling in. All right, we got Dave back. Hey. Every once in a while, Dave, we just got to reset the old ones and twos on the StreamYard, so you're back. So my question was, Pittsburgh, how was that in regards to other away games that you've experienced with the whole Rodgers hoopla?
I mean, really the build-up to it was immense all week long, and the energy in the stadium was huge as well. It was really cool getting there like 4 hours early for our pregame reports and just seeing all the interactions, the stuff between Aaron Rodgers and the trainers and team photographer Evan Siegel and the assistant coaches, and that on and on and on. Rodgers talked about it all week, and it's not just talk. He has a lot of relationships, not with just the players, which very few relatively remain from his time in Green Bay, but with all the other people. And I wondered if Aaron, had he won, would the tune have been a little different? Would it been a little more, I beat the Packers? But based on what I saw pregame, I think even if it went the other way, I think Aaron is at a much better place in his life than when he went on a darkness retreat and missed calls in Malibu, said he had to FaceTime me and all that. I really think time has healed a lot of wounds from his side. And I think I don't know exactly how good he feels, but everyone else that we've talked to feels pretty good about Aaron as well.
So my follow-up to that is, when do you think that change happened for Aaron? Because I don't know that I saw or felt that when he was with the Jets.
Do you remember when Randall Cobb came back when Aaron Rodgers agitated for that trade? And he said he didn't realize how good he had it in Green Bay until he left and he went other places like Dallas and then Houston. I think Aaron didn't realize how good some things in Green Bay are until things went really, really wrong in New York.
Yeah, I think that's
a very valid point. And I would imagine that the injury didn't exactly put him in the best mindset. He was kind of forced to sit on the sideline, pun intended, and think about it. And just think about it. Our guy Dave Schrader, the sports director at WBAY Channel 2 in Green Bay, joins us here on the Wisconsin Sports Radio Network guest hotline, powered by Gruber Law. One call, that's all. So I think we can kind of put that stuff to bed. At least I hope we can. There it was. It was a huge buildup. It happened. The Packers won. And the Packers actually looked like a team that we could go, I think we can start to have some expectations. Is that how you feel? Was that a team that we can look at and watch and go,
well, I've thought that since the first 2 weeks, you could look at them and they could win a championship. The question is, can they play consistent enough to? And I still think the game they played against Pittsburgh isn't going to work against Philly. And looking back at the tape, there are some drops that could have even been caught to make Jordan Love's day even better and move the chains. The Tucker Kraft drop in the first half. The ball didn't hit the ground again for 29 minutes on the game clock. The back shoulder to Romeo Doubs on the third down really was a play that Romeo could have made. The first drive of the game, I think Romeo had a ball that hit his hands, was going to be low. I mean, they can make all these plays, and against the best teams, they may have to make those plays. The first half run defense was a little suspect, but then again, some of the points were scored in really long field goals in a really tough stadium to kick. It was pulling teeth with a long defensive pass interference to get their only first half touchdown. Yeah, the Packers are a really good team, but as we've learned watching them ever since they won 15 years ago, being really good and being a champion, the difference, as I see it, is making all the big plays when it matters in January, not making some of them, and not playing one great half of football, which is a great to have it in the second half because you win and everyone remembers it, but you're covering up warts a little bit as well.
Dave, I by nature am someone who worries when it comes to my sports love. And looking at this current Packers team, a lot of people, just like you did there, talking about the Eagles and the upcoming game against the Eagles, which is not their next matchup. It is against Carolina. And this team has played to their competition for the most part in every game they've played so far this season. I need you to talk me off the ledge a little bit about this being a trap game against Carolina, because I feel like a lot of people are already analyzing and moving on to the game against Philly when we've seen that this team needs to be focused every week on who their opponent is.
No, they need to be focused. We can be focused on talking about big picture, but to me, this is absolutely an Admiral Akbar Star Wars Return of the Jedi. It's a trap game.
It's a trap.
Yeah, because it to me it feels just like Cleveland, an inferior foe that you can overlook. I mean, they don't have a world-beating defense. They have a decent defense, but not a world-beating defense like Cleveland. This one's at home. I view it the same way. That the Cleveland game was right before Dallas. This game is right before the Eagles game, and I don't think the Packers overlook them. I just think any team in the NFL truly is dangerous on a week-in, week-out basis. The Panthers won 3 in a row. They got egg on their face last week with backup quarterback. The Panthers hope. The last I saw was they hope Bryce Young can return to practice today. We'll see if that's limited, full, or what that looks like. But what can the Panthers do well? They can run. They can run really well. The Packers had the number 1 run defense in the league before last week, but perhaps the Steelers put on film a few things that can work against Green Bay. I don't think down in, down out, the Panthers can keep up with the Packers if they're playing their game offensively. But if there's an off day, you better believe it's going to be a tough one to win, and they certainly cannot overlook any opponent.
Rodgers had to go to the silent count in Pittsburgh, an away game, because that's how well the Packers fans travel. And now here we are. Finally, the next 3 out of the 4 are back at Lambeau Field. As you cover the team and you engage with fans and you're in the locker room, is the sense in the field that you're getting that people are actually excited and can start to trust this team?
I have 2 small kids.
That's a
and
solid
wife
no, Dave.
Yeah,
that's a solid no.
was a no. That was a long pause, Dave.
I don't go out to the bars, but I do talk to my rabid fan wife. Just say, how you feel about this one? And she's always uneasy about this team. Since I've known her since 2016, she's never been at ease with, we're going to win this one. And I felt like the year they lost to the Bucs at home in the NFC title game, I told her that year I really thought that they were going to go. And I feel like I was wrong that time. And she and my father-in-law are big Packer fans. They go to like at least one road game a year. They went to Arizona. They want perfection from the team, and I don't go to the bars, but I assume that the fan base is the same. Unless they're winning every game by 20, no one's going to feel good about anything. And I get it because they've had their hearts broken so many times. For me, I think they have all the pieces, but it's, again, January. It's fun to talk about it all year. You got to stay healthy, but January is really what it's all about.
Josh, I felt that way, and I know you maybe have too, that Packers fans demand and expect and aren't happy unless there's perfection. They can always find something.
Yeah,
that's you.
That's me.
Yeah.
That's exactly who I am. Even when the Packers won, if I'm still looking at that game and going, yeah, but that game's not going to work against the Eagles. Did you not see all those penalties? What are we doing? We got to be way more disciplined. That there were 7 opportunities that the Eagles would have taken advantage of. Blah, blah. I will 100% go there.
The truth there, though, is that the Eagles have so many warts too. Like, if we're talking about the Eagles just because they're the defending champions, right? Because they knocked the Packers out of the playoffs last year, right? But they've got some really bad performances on film this year too.
That's very true. That's very true. I wanted to. I thought that was a good point, Trevor, that you brought up about the fans. I feel like have we been taking for granted the way that the Packers travel? Is that not always been the case? I feel like this season we're hearing about it on, post game and on the broadcasts about how loud Go Pack Go chants are at away games, or that I always thought we traveled well, but I feel like we're hearing about it a lot more this season. I mean, you were there. Is it different this year?
Yeah, I don't think overall it's different this year. I think the Micah Parsons game, certainly, whenever the Packers meet the Cowboys, the Packers travel well. The two Sunday night games, I will say, really stood out to me, but that's normally going to be the case. Like, look, think about Seattle last year. There was a loud contingent of Packer fans in Seattle last year, and I'm pretty sure Seattle had to use the silent count at home, even in that crazy home field advantage of Lumen Field, I guess they call it now. But I will say the audible chants of Go Pack Go on third down in Pittsburgh surprised even me. I thought surely any proud Pittsburgh Steelers season ticket fan was not going to give up the tickets to that game. I thought certainly with the fan base the Steelers have, if any team travels better than the Packers, it's the Steelers. So I didn't think they'd allow that many Go Pack Go voices to get their hands on tickets, but they did. It's a testament to the fan base, and it's a testament to just how excited people are to watch this team across the country. I don't even know that it's all Green Bay people traveling. It's just amazing how many people gravitate towards Green Bay regionally and then can drive into those games. Because, yes, the planes are full of Packer fans going to all these road games, but all those Packer fans aren't Wisconsinites. They're just Packer fans.
Some might say America's team. Just a thought.
Oh, boy.
Much more winning than the one with the moniker.
Yeah, that's fair. Tying, I guess. Whatever. Hey, follow Dave. He is the WBAY sports director, Channel 2 in Green Bay. Follow him on Twitter. It's at Schrader, SCHROEDER, not Schroeder, Bill. At Schrader, WBAY.
I always say him like the Packers
WBAY.
Bill Schrader, not the Brewers Bill Schroeder.
There you go.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's so funny because I've chatted with Rock, and he's like, this is the only place in the world that you weird people call it Schrader, not Schroeder.
I don't get it, but
everybody and their mother calls it Schrader. Hey, one last one for me before we let you go, Dave. Thanks for jumping on with us again. I know you got a mitt full of kids and responsibilities in the morning. We appreciate you taking some time to join us. You had a really interesting interaction, it appears, with Micah Parsons in the locker room. The question was, what was the conversation like with Aaron Rodgers? I haven't gotten a chance to watch the video, but the caption says he told me to buy his house.
Okay. So I was on the field. Our photographer, Will Santowski, was in the locker room, our chief, getting that. But that was such an interesting interaction. He was asked what it was like going against Aaron. And, of course, I think everyone wanted to know about the sack. But his most interesting takeaway was that first third down Aaron completed where Keyshawn Nixon looked a bit lost. I really think with that play, Keyshawn, also in the play in Dallas, I feel like Keyshawn may have thought that was a throwaway headed out of bounds, but you got to defend it until it comes down because some of these great quarterbacks aren't going to be throwing it away. And that was amazing. Parsons says it's one of the best throws he's ever seen in his life because obviously he's chasing Aaron and he's watching him release it and throw it down the field. And then second most interesting, not the sack, but the play after the sack where Micah was chasing him down from behind, almost had the strip sack. And he said to Aaron, how'd you know I was there? How'd you know I was coming? And Aaron apparently told him, the crowd, man. I heard it. And I watched the TV film back. You could see Rodgers and lip read, the crowd. And Mike is like, man, I've never heard anyone say anything like that. This guy is the GOAT. He knows everything. He knows how to use the crowd to tell him everything.
Wow.
And afterwards, he said it's a crowd. He said, by the way, go buy my house. So I guess his house is still on the market. Mike has got the funds to perhaps purchase it.
Check or cash, bud.
Yeah.
What do you want?
Yeah.
Awesome. All right, man. We will talk to you again soon. Dave Schrader, WBAY Channel 2 Green Bay sports director and now friend of Inside Wisconsin Sports with Trevor and Josh. I'll see you soon, man. Good to see you.
Thanks,
Sounds
Dave.
good, Trevor, Josh.
All right. There he is, Dave Schrader. Follow him on Twitter at Schrader, WBAY.
Hey, how about a new HQ for Inside Wisconsin right up there? It sounds like there's a property available. Maybe take a little look at Rodgers' house there?
Maybe like you want to. You know what? Let's put together a buying group of let's say 100 people. What could go wrong?
Yeah, let's get Mark Antanasio in there. I really like spending money other places.
At least 100 people.
Wow.
It's a nice place.
Throwing shade at Mark A this morning.
Yeah. All right, when we come back, we'll put a wrap on today's show, a button on it, whatever you want to call it. I've got a really neat story to share from my community last night, and I'm going to post it to my Twitter at Trevor Thomas IW. I'll tell you the story next. I just donated $20 because a dude donated his time. And if you're a pet lover, you're going to want to be a part of this. All right. Stick around. What's Up Wisconsin is next, live from the Wisconsin Sports Radio Network studios, powered by the Potawatomi Sportsbook. This is Inside Wisconsin Sports with Trevor and Josh.
Hey, it's Josh Albrecht here for my friends at Henry Flock Steakhouse in West Allis. Henry Flock's is always introducing new items like their calamari, seasoned perfectly and served with their house-made vodka sauce. Speaking of the vodka sauce, you got to try the shrimp and scallop pasta topped with Parmesan. It is so good. And don't forget about their incredible drinks like the Ruby Slipper or your classic supper club favorites like a pink squirrel or orange dreamsicle ice cream drink. Whether it's an exceptional steak or something different, there's always an amazing meal waiting for you at Henry Flock Steakhouse. It's so much more than just a steak place.
Trevor and Josh want to know.
What's up?
What's up, Wisconsin?
What's up?
What's your plan for the day?
What's up?
What are you doing tonight?
What's up?
Let us know what's up on Inside Wisconsin Sports with Trevor and Josh.
What's up, Wisconsin? What was your world like last night? Did you choose baseball or the Bucks game? And were you shamed for it this morning like me? No, just me?
Well, who would have done that? Come on now.
The good news is no options tonight. It's World Series or bust. At least that's what it is for me.
That's
is there anything
what
else
it is
that's
for
on
everybody.
your docket? Yeah, okay.
No, I checked the programming. It's World Series Game 5. That's what
if
you're
there's
watching.
something else that you're interested in, tell us. The Nicolay Law Fan Talking text line Inside Wisconsin Sports with Trevor and Josh live on the Wisconsin Sports Radio Network. 414-677-1250. 414-677-1250. What do you got going on today, tonight? Maybe last night. Here's a quick story. I don't know about you all out there, but I am a huge dog lover. My guy Merlin, our dog Merlin, is my emotional support animal, and I am his emotional support human. And I can't imagine if he was to ever run away. I saw this last night. It was actually late afternoon yesterday. I live in Deep here, and a neighbor, not within walking distance of my home, but instead on the other side of town, had their 14-year-old golden retriever squirm out of its harness while they were simply going to get the mail, and the dog ran away. And out of the kindness of his heart and on his own time and his own dime, a guy named Matt, who owns his own drone operations company, has one of those thermal imaging drones.
Ooh.
He came out because they hadn't found Willow in quite some time. So he brought that drone out, put it up in the air. And I don't know if you know this, Josh, but lost animals typically circle. Like they're circling in an area where, gosh, this doesn't feel right. I'm not trying to run away. I was just excited. I'm a puppy. And here that drone found this dog in the middle of a field in the pitch black that you would have never known was there. And this dude didn't take a dime for this. Like he probably, knowing Matt, I happen to know him a little bit, refused. So I just posted it to my Twitter account at Trevor Thomas IW. There's the post when Willow was found last night and a picture of the owner, Kayla, with the pup. And then Matt, who had the drone and helped find that. There is a Venmo there. Go to my Twitter page, at Trevor Thomas IW. I'll share it to the at Inside Wis Sports page as well. I donated $20 because I love stories like this. I don't know if this dude needs money or not, but when we see good, I like to reward good. Mm-hmm. And Wisconsin's good at this stuff. Really good at this stuff.
Yeah, that's a good story, man.
So go check it out. It's a great story. The pup is back home. I actually just saw another post during the break of everything is all in well with Willow this morning. So if you're a dog lover like me and you're up to it, I don't care what you donate. I just felt the need to tell you about it because those stories matter. Too often on radio programs just like this, on other radio stations across the country, it's negative this, negative that, negative Nelly, blah, blah, blah. Not this one.
No.
If there are good stories like that that we want and need to share with you to shed some good with all of you, then by golly, we're going to do it. This morning, Josh, it was good. It was good.
Yeah, I agree. You know what? I thought when we're doing What's Up Wisconsin, I think it's important to remind people what's up for tomorrow. You're going to want to set your alarms and get up early with us because we have a huge, huge guest joining us for tomorrow's show. Packers GM Gutekunst. Goody is coming on. He's going to be with us at 6:15. So set those alarms, set them a little early, give yourself enough time to get up, stretch it out a little bit, maybe, wipe your eyes and fire up your phone or your computer or your radio, however you're going to do it, because you're not going to want to miss that.
6:15 tomorrow morning, statewide here on the Wisconsin Sports Radio Network. So grateful to all the affiliates that are part of this network. Green Bay and WNFL in the Fox Valley, Wausau, 93.9 The Game, 7:10 a.m. in Duluth Superior, and the mothership in Milwaukee, 12:50 a.m. and 105.7 FM, The Fan. Goody, tomorrow morning, we're going to belly up to the bar with him and just shoot the bull with the Packers GM and check in on life. What is he doing at Lambeau at 6:15?
Yeah.
When we talked about this, he was like, "Hey man, I'm available right away in the morning. I'm there." And I'm like, "Why?"
Yeah.
What are you?
I mean, now I will say it's during the season, right? And so I feel like when your entire life revolves around a sports franchise, when that sport is in season, your schedule is completely different. And that's a good question. That might be what I ask him. One of the questions I ask him tomorrow is like, hey, how different is your calendar look, between August to February in comparison to February to September or to July, and just the off season in comparison. Because I'm sure there's a million things he has to do at 6:00.
Yeah, and I'm curious as to, I don't know what one of them are, because during the season is valid. And are other GMs up at 6:00, 6:15? You just coffee Zoom meeting? Hey, how's the team? Do you want to trade anybody? Where are you at? What are you doing?
Yeah.
No idea. We'll find out tomorrow morning. If you've got questions that you want us to ask and they're not like dumb, I mean, I think you know what I'm saying. They're not stupid questions. Text in the Nicolay Law Fan Talking text line, 414-677-1250. Tomorrow morning, that's the next thing we do here on Inside Wisconsin Sports with Trevor and Josh, 6:15 a.m. Brian Gutekunst here on this show and the Wisconsin Sports Radio Network. My name is Trevor Thomas. He's Josh Albrecht. Guys, we love you. We appreciate you. What a fun morning with Would You Rather Wednesday. We'll do it all again tomorrow morning. Same time, same place. We promise.
Because we are not done yet.